Hello everybody, Toastbomb here today, bringing you guys some information about the weapon tuning update that is coming out June 3rd for Halo 4. Now, previously, I've had videos like this, and it wasn't the final state, the final settings of the weapon tuning. They were still messing around with what was good, what would work, what wouldn't work, so they were saying that the stuff was subject to change. Now, it hasn't changed a whole bunch since those previous videos, but the stuff that is in this video will be the final thing and is what you are going to be playing on June 3rd when you download the update. Or rather, don't download the update, because I think they can do it automatically with like hot fixes now, which is pretty cool. So anyways, let's just start off with what you guys want to hear. You guys want to hear about the BR, I know. So let's start off with that. So the BR's damage has been increased. So now the BR is capable of killing in 4 shots. And it's not actually quite 4 bursts, which would equal 12 bullets coming out of the gun. It's actually a little bit less than that, and is 11 bullets coming out of the gun. So that way, if you miss a shot because of internet lag or whatever, then you aren't going to be punished for that randomness. You're just going to still get that 4-shot kill. Now, because the BR with just being a 4-shot is pretty insane and is very fast, they slightly reduce the rate of fire. So it's just a teeny bit slower, but really not that much. They also, with the red reticle range, they decrease that. So if you don't know what red reticle range is, it is the amount of distance that you get auto assist, where your reticle turns red, and when it turns red, that means you're getting auto assist, or the game slightly helps you out with your aiming to sort of magnetize towards the player, because control sticks aren't as precise as mouses are. Now, also a new thing that we learned that I've never heard before, and this is really awesome, going back to the Halo 3 MLG days, where the BR now with 2 bursts will kill with a melee. So they did that in Halo 3 with the BR, they upped it to 110%, and that sort of simulated a BXR a little bit, where it was faster to 2-shot and then beat down than it was to beat down and then shoot. So it was kind of this risk and reward thing, because it was harder to do the 2-shot and then beat down, but it was faster. So that's really cool. I like anything that's sort of risk and reward related, and that brings a little bit more strategy into those close range fights, so I'm all for that. Now with the Carbine, now this is interesting because the Carbine has basically reverted back to what it was at like E3, Comic-Con, and the Rooster Teeth event. It's reverted back to the powerful beast that it was back then. So the Carbine's damage has been increased, so now the Carbine is capable of killing in 7 rounds, and also the Carbine accuracy has been increased, so the spread of where you shoot your bullets, you know, it doesn't quite go to the center of the screen sometimes or whatever, that has been tightened, so it will get closer to exactly where you're aiming, so that is also a very good thing with the range of the Carbine. But just like the BR, the red reticle range for the Carbine has been slightly decreased. Then moving on to the light rifle's zoom rate of fire has been increased, so that will promote people to use this weapon at long range, because when you're zoomed in, you'll actually be shooting faster. And then the unzoomed rate of fire has been slightly decreased, so even furthering that weapon's role as a long-range weapon. And then also the red reticle range has been increased to match the DMR's range. So they're definitely putting this thing into like some sort of pseudo sniper rifle, sort of like the DMR is, and it'll definitely fit that role very, very well. And then the only change for the DMR is that the red reticle range has been slightly decreased. And then the assault rifle, the storm rifle, and the suppressor have all gotten the same changes. Their damage has been slightly increased, so they kill in 3 less rounds, and their auto assist has been slightly reduced as well, so it won't help you out with the aiming quite as much, so you'll have to do more of that stuff manually, making it more skillful. And then also the projectile speed has been decreased, which I was surprised to hear the projectile speed, because that means apparently the assault rifle is a projectile, and I was not aware of that. I thought that was a hit scan weapon, but apparently it's a projectile, so that's kind of interesting as well. Now the saw's damage has been increased to maintain the double damage per second of the assault rifle. So previously, the assault rifle did X damage, and the saw did 2x damage, so it did 2 times the damage. And since the assault rifles have changed, the saw's damage has been increased. Then the Magnum still kills in 6 rounds, but its damage has actually been slightly increased. So this will make it so that when you're team shooting people, it'll make it a little bit more effective, but really you probably won't notice it very much at all unless you're really looking out for it and trying to like calculate exactly how it feels. I don't think it's really going to end up feeling that much different, although you might like get some bleed through if someone's really weak on their shield, something that normally wouldn't have been a one-shot. You might actually end up getting the kill. And then lastly, the damage has been increased for both the Mantis and the Warthog chain gun. So that seems good. I wasn't really sure about the Warthog, how that was. I don't play a ton of big team battle, but what I have seen from the Mantis when I do play a big team battle style map, that thing just doesn't really do much. I mean, the chain gun on that thing, it doesn't do anything. It's almost more of an annoyance than it actually is like a weapon. So I definitely think those are good changes to the weapon sandbox. Now, very lastly, something that I'm super excited about. Across every single one, not just specific playlists, but every single playlist, the movement speed has been increased from 100% to 110%. Now this is awesome. Not only is it just going to provide a much faster paced game overall, which is awesome. Everyone likes a fast paced game, right? But also strafing becomes more effective at 110% speed. Aiming also becomes more skillful because it's slightly harder to keep track of the enemy. Everything gets improved when you switch to 110%. Now, past 110%, you start feeling like you're on ice skates because there's not enough friction on the ground for the Spartan. But 110%, I think, is definitely better than 100%. And then also, if you've played a lot in one playlist that has a certain percentage and you switch over to another one, you won't start missing your sniper shots or anything like that anymore because it'll be the same across the board. So I definitely think that's a good change. There's been some differences in movement speed between like competitive playlist and regular vanilla playlist in the past few Halos, so I definitely think it's good just to speed everything up. That's an awesome change. So anyways, that is everything that will be changed in the June 3rd update when you turn on that Xbox and start playing. I'm super excited for the 4-Shot BR. We've been waiting for this thing forever, and I think it's going to be awesome. I think all these changes look really good. Now, obviously, I can't really say until I played it, but I did watch the 343 live stream where they played with like pro players and stuff like that with these new settings, and it seemed to work really well and actually looked a lot more like classic Halo and the sort of thing that you want from a Halo game. Just that slight change in pace and this pacing of the BR shots, all that stuff just felt more Halo to me. So I definitely enjoy these changes. But anyways, that'll be it for this one. If you liked it, you can leave a like or a comment, or you can subscribe because I post new Halo videos every day. Anyways, thank you for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye.